Well, good evening and welcome to the free Zoom meeting for scriptwriters and filmmakers. It's Monday, December the 6th, 2021. My name's Christine Whitlock. I'm your host, and this meeting is recorded and will be posted tomorrow on YouTube unedited, so you will be able to see it. So what we'll do is go around my screen, and whoever came on first will introduce themselves. So tell us where you are and what you've been up to the last couple of weeks, or I guess it's been 3 weeks since we last saw you or whatever. So Hannah, we haven't seen you for a bit.
Yes, I've been busy completing this. I finally got this printed, and it's a comic book based on my Joe Plant character. And it's for sale. If you're interested, just contact me personally if you'd like to purchase a copy. And I've distributed it in some local comic book shops. And it's not based on the screenplay. The second issue that I'm working on now is based on the screenplay, which I had completely edited by the good graces of somebody who's a professional screenwriter, helped me reformat and edit the script, and now it's ready for pitching. So that's what I'm concentrating on doing now. I'm going to be doing a pitch with a manager who looks for screenplays centered on sci-fi and fantasy genre. So on the 19th, so I'm feverishly writing my pitch for him. It'll be by phone, so it won't be face to face, but it'll be a 10-minute pitch and we'll see what happens.
Doug Nelson.
Well, I'm still Doug Nelson that y'all know and love. I'm out here in Oregon, and I have completely given up producing film. I was a filmmaker and a film producer, and I just have no talent here. So now I'm doing music videos for musicians professionally. That's about all I'm going to do.
Great. Mark.
Hey, how you guys doing? Christine, first, thanks for this, for however long you were doing it. Enjoyed it. Got to meet some cool people. You know, I think it was worthwhile. I enjoyed it. I was, a new screenwriter and kind of learned a bit being part of this group. And so thank you so much for doing that. I hope we could entice you not to give up on it, but it's totally up to you, obviously. But thank you. Let's see, what am I doing? So I'm in Palm Springs, California. It is not snowing, thank God. And so what am I doing with screenwriting? I'm just got done with the final rewrite of my horror script Snarl that Alex did a table read on, and that's going to a director probably this week. I think this is a time that most Hollywood kind of shuts down in a lot of ways. But this guy is a friend, personal friend of the agent I'm dealing with, and he knows the script is coming. So I guess we'll see what happens. Between now and the end of the year, we'll hope to get some feedback on it. So that's kind of what I've been working on for a while, those rewrites. It was interesting. It was it started as a 96-page script, and I whittled it down to about 83 pages. And then Alex, we've added 17 pages, Alex, to Snarl, all those things that we talked about. So yeah, it's been pretty cool. And then I'm finishing off a pilot that I've been working on for a while. And then been working on some proof of concept stuff through the Get It Made program. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I would like to maybe early next year work on a animation idea I have had for a while. So I just got to learn how to write animation. That's all.
Good.
There you go. That's it.
Patricia Assembler.
Oh, hi. I thought Anime was here before me. Hi, Pat, I'm in Orlando, Florida. It's not snowing here either. God forbid we have snow in Florida. these guys can't drive in rain, never mind snow. I've been working on my sci-fi detective thriller. I'm upgrading to the female characters to give them more to do. And hopefully that'll help straighten out the Act 2, which has been very snarly. I heard back from Jerry at Wave Films, your connection you sent me. He passed on both my log lines, actually the scripts, he read the scripts. My low budget horror and my big budget horror. And he gave me a couple of notes to look at and work on. So at least that's good. And I queried him with another script. He said, yeah, sure, send it over. So he's looking at that now. And the second referral you gave me, I have not heard back from yet. We'll have to keep on top of that. And I've been converting a radio script I wrote into a regular short. So I'm contemplating making that in a film. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I have to go through my connections here and see who's available, if anybody.
And what happened about that short script? Wasn't it with somebody in Toronto area?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I heard back from Alex. She got swamped with her new job, but she's planning on a January shoot.
Oh, great.
Luckily, it's an indoor shoot, so the weather should not be a factor. Yeah.
Good. Okay, Anamia.
Hello, everybody. I am my name is Anamia Frias, and I am located in Daytona Beach, Florida. I really wish you wouldn't quit, Christine, on us. This is gonna be like the last. Well, you said the 21st.
20th.
The 20th is gonna be the last Zoom meeting.
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay. So what I've noticed in the film industry as a writer, I feel like you as a hold on one second. Give me 1 second, because my son. So as a screenwriter, I feel like you take the most strongest elements that's in your story, and if you could create a short and put it into film festivals to get attention from film industry people, because that's how I've met a lot of people, through film festivals. If you could do that, Christine, instead of doing it, trying to sell it, maybe you could create something small, because I created a short that's 1 minute and 26 seconds, and it's gotten selected in festivals. And a lot, like I still have pending festivals, but it got selected in festivals. Like right now, I was gonna tell Doug, because Doug was saying in the last meeting, I like to look at the last meeting and see what everybody says, so I could speak about it. So Doug was saying like, oh, like, I don't know why writers are in the film festival, like the American Film Market, right? So in the American Film Market, I met HY, wait, the baby's over here, give me 1 second.
Ooh.
Maybe interrupt us.
Okay, Vivian, if you want to start, and then when Anamia, oh, is she back? Oh, here she is back. Okay. You're back, Anamia?
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Okay. So like I was saying, Doug was saying, oh, like, I don't know what writers are doing at the film festival. In the film market, there I met a company called HYP Film Festival. Now I got selected in their film festival, and I'm going to read you the fan favorites. This is what it says. Mind you, I don't know about this festival, and my short got selected to be in this festival. I'm going to be interviewed from this festival on the 16th and 17th of December. So this is what the benefits for the creators are. In addition to HYP showcasing your film footage, HYP will also be sharing 30% of the revenue pool, which will be split evenly amongst each and every individual who submitted an application. HYP will also look to provide additional benefits to creators that may potentially include social media marketing, Times Square, billboard, and potential border distribution. Now, I just signed, because they obviously you have to give them permission to put your stuff out there. So they're talking about putting my short, they don't know if it's the poster or a little piece of the short in a billboard in Times Square, which is gonna be like at the ending of the month, because their festival is from, I believe, the 25th to the 1st of January. So from there, they're gonna tell me, because I told her I wanted to fly over there and take a picture, obviously, in front of the billboard, because it's a big deal. If I would have never attended the film market, I would have never known about this that happened to me. You understand? So it's like you get, and also I like I told you, I met producers and everything in the film market, even last year when I attended it. So I feel like as a writer, I feel like COVID had to happen for us independent writers, right? Because if this would have never happened, we would have never been talking to each other. We would have never known each other, like extended it, like people would have never heard our voices. I feel like it had to happen for a reason. Not, it's messed up that it happened, obviously, but it gave us a voice. It gave us an opening. So I do not advise you to give up on doing this, and I will help you as me that I'm getting things done and everything. I'm willing to help anybody that I can, especially you that are my friend, and you know. So that's what I wanted to tell you guys, that I've been working on since I'm gonna be interviewing with this film festival. They're gonna be asking me questions, so I'm preparing myself for the 16th for this. That's what I've been doing, and also I've been writing, obviously. But yeah, that's what I wanted to share with everybody.
Great, good. Okay, Vivian.
Hi everyone, my name is Vivian. I am based in Sydney, Australia. I haven't been on the chat for, I think, a while because of the program that I was following was in Canberra, and it's finished. I did pitch my rom-com to a few producers, and 3 of them were quite interested too, but I didn't have a script then. So I told them I would get back to them in a couple of months, and 2 were quite open. Actually, they say they're looking forward to reading the script. So that's good news. I don't expect too much from it. What I would like was to get some notes from them so I can move forward. So that's so I'm writing my script right now. That's all.
Great, good. Marissa.
Hi, yeah, so I guess I'm working on 2 things at the moment. And one is, I think I mentioned last time, my short film that got funded called A Man Walks Into the Bar. And Alex is going to be producing that. So that's wonderful, very excited. And we've got some other members of the team on board and working, looking for a director now. I have a couple interviews with directors this week. So that's going really well, and I'm enjoying that process and learning a lot. And then I am working on the medical thriller that I had pitched at a film festival to a producer last time we spoke, and he was interested. So I have a full rough draft, first draft of it. So now my intention is to spend the next month fixing on my rough draft and trying to get it ready. So that's what I'm working on.
Great. Shadow.
First of all, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Cool, because I got a brand new laptop because I had the most bizarre Three Stooges accident with my old laptop. And this is the first time I've used it with Zoom. So, yeah, at the front of my plate right now are two things. First is actually not a script project per se, but it's for the Eartha Kitt film. We're getting ready to launch crowdfund campaigns in the United States and in England for the musical merchandising section of it, and dealing with vocal coaches and producers, like musical producers and stuff, and trying to shortlist the right person to do the session apart from myself. And that's one thing. And the other is I'm reviving old project called Night Crossings, and Vampire PI, which was a long time ago had been optioned by Warner Brothers 2.0 as a series, and then it fell through. But it's a transmedia. We didn't use the term transmedia back then, but it's basically a transmedia project with a series, a novel, and graphic novel and stuff like that. So I'm dusting that off, and I think it might be time to go back to it. It's been a long time since I paid attention to it, but we hadn't shot one frame of film, and we were getting merchandising sales already. And this was back before YouTube. I guess YouTube had just started. So it was way back before even then. And we were getting merchandising sales off the internet and whatnot for this project. So it's hopefully it's still viable. We'll see. That's as far as these go, I really would like to, I know maybe you didn't get your main goal off of it or your goal, but it's been a very useful I see a lot of writers that are getting, that you're helping, and that get a lot out of it. And if you can't see a way to do it, I'm not trying to convince you that you need to change your mind. But if you can't see your way through doing it, the Independent Producers Guild may be able to host something in the new year, because we want to bring in a writers section to do things like that, education and networking and stuff for writers. So it may be something that we can have somebody help host with, or something like that, and even expand it. But anyway, I think it's valuable for everybody, and we've all enjoyed it, and we've enjoyed you hosting it. And so there you go. That's all I'm going to say on that.
Alex.
One second, I'm responding to the chat. Sorry about that. So, Christine, same thing, I know we can't persuade you, but if there's a way to maybe transition in the new year by hosting once a quarter or something, like Shadow had said, maybe there's a different format for that to get into. So let us know, right? Apologies, a lot of us are leaving by 8 o'clock. We have a big event at my platform to deal with my GymX program. So sorry about that. For those of you who are questioning, why is Alex involved in the GymX program? I think we're doing the right thing, because the Blacklist announced on Friday that they're now going to do the same. They're going to have an internal competition at the Blacklist, and the winner will receive a production of a proof of concept film. So maybe we are doing the right thing if the Blacklist is jumping on board. But again, everything's opinion, but that's that. I spent Thanksgiving reviewing scripts. Vix, as you know, I've enjoyed your script. We've talked a lot about that. Definitely see the potential. Manuel's not here. Okay. I read his first 10 pages, a lot of potential there. His production viability is like, woo, up the roof. But I did do what I always say I can do if I can, is to help our writers out here. So Christine, that's another thing, like, Anamia said, maybe you didn't quite achieve your goal, but you've really sprinkled the seedlings of a lot of other things happening because of this format. So, i.e. Marissa has hired me as a producer for her film, April or May. So, Pat, you never get me up in Canada in January. I don't give his inside shoot. Just not going to happen. So I've already pushed Marissa to, let's get a date, April or May. So yeah, not happening. The big news out of me is my Future Leaders of the World project. As you know, Steve, again, Christine, I met Steve through your program here. He ended up becoming a flow writer. He's now credited associate producer, second AD on the shoot. And he and I worked well together. Our 20th draft was the one that we shot. Because of the story changes, we've changed the title from The Plan to Out. We're getting ready to do a Seed and Spark, kind of like a crowdfunding platform. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. It's just for filmmakers, so it's a really interesting way. And they guide you along. Instead of just kind of putting it out there and letting it roll, they actually evaluate the whole thing before it gets launched. So I'm in the second wave of evaluation, so that's really cool. But the big news to share is on Friday, I had a phone call and I met with them every day, and now I'm waiting on the paperwork. But the Impact Awards Festival used to be in Vegas. It's now going to be hosted in Santa Monica in LA. It's actually called, the full wording is TMIF Impact Awards, the most important film festival. And they're going to have a 4-day festival. And one of the days is strictly for all the flow films. They're going to put it together. So I have to boogie woogie and produce at least one more film because I've only got 3. So I'll host films, QA. They'll run it as probably a place where investors can come, maybe do some type of, I don't know, try to raise money as well. As it could be, we're a 501c project. So that's super exciting. It's next November. Hopefully we'll all know about each other's work and I can send invites out. But yeah, that just came out of the blue on Friday night. So very cool. Yeah. Because Christine, you put Steve and I together. It was the seedling. Bear that in mind. All righty. Do have to leave before 8 o'clock, but thank you, everybody.
And the last time you were waiting on some kind of contract to sign.
Oh, yeah. So, man, I could spend the whole time on all the projects I'm working with. I was trying to just narrow it down. So the option came through our script, the one. We renegotiated with it. It was really bad initial deal. So it's now optioned. We can't touch it, as you all know, for the next 11 and a half months, and they're rolling with it. We actually end up getting a good deal, some money up front, and a much bigger payoff if it does sell. So that's really exciting. That's happening.
And which script was that?
That was our sexy thriller called The One for Mar Vista Lifetime. And then the other one is still sitting with Mr. Mario Van Peebles. That's the Sundance script.
Great.
Yeah. Good news. Things are happening.
Yes. Yes. Doug McDougall. You're still mute. Okay.
Yeah, I was mute. I'm sorry, guys. It's like it's not what a pantomime means when you're trying to speak and there's no words. At any rate, so tonight, I guess after everybody does introductions, Christine's given me at least a few minutes to kind of plug my show, and I'll do that after everyone's had a chance to do their updates, Christine. I'll only need maybe about 4 minutes, but I just want to share with the group what I've been up to. So over the last 3 weeks, our rehearsals are now done. We've workshopped all the scenes, the songs, and done some choreography all online on Zoom with a cast of about 28 people from all over North America. So to go back in time, this is an original piece that I created on my own called Cinderella If the Shoe Fits. And I'm based just west of Toronto up in Canada. Since we last met, as I say, rehearsals are done. I have about 12 hours of footage in the can from Zoom footage or virtual footage that people have sent in to me to go through. I'm working smarter, not harder this year, because I'm working off of 3 screens simultaneously. So I have a big screen, a 20-inch screen, my laptop with my MacBook Pro, and I can work on how 3 or 4 different things up. So it's going a lot faster than last year. And I'm not crashing my system, which is bonus. That happened a couple times last year. We're doing a lot of promotion on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And there is a Cinderella If the Shoe Fits Facebook page. We did have our an Italian run through of the show too, just to run it really quickly, put it beginning to end. It opens in a Zoom format, Zoom webinar, Friday the 17th, so it's a week from Friday. And things are moving along quite nicely. There's about 21 scenes I'm editing. I'm already done about 13 of them, which is a really good thing at this point in the game. It is also a charity fundraiser for food banks up here in Canada and for Feeding America in the States. So if you're interested, I'm going to post the information once again in the chat. And like I say later, after everyone's had the chance to do their update, I'll show you guys a little sneak peek, which no one has actually seen of the show, just to kind of entice you to hopefully buy a ticket and share share in the fundraiser and the giving in the season. Thank you, Christine, for this format. I
Great.
appreciate it.
Good. Hey, we have a newcomer tonight. Muong, is that how you say your name? You want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Mwonge Isaac, and I'm based here in Uganda, East Africa. I think this is my first Zoom meeting with, this is my first Zoom meeting, and I'm a writer.
What kind of genre do you write?
Family drama.
Oh, good.
Mm.
Oh, great.
Yeah, and I'm doing my rewrites on my dialogues.
Good. Welcome.
Oh, thank you.
Vix, are you available, Vix? You're muted. You have to unmute yourself. Okay.
Perfect timing. I was just about to have you, and I've got to go and pick my kid up from school, so I'm I'm staying on, but I'm also doing the school run. What am I working on? I actually spoke to Alex last night because he so kindly read my animation script, and he set me, he doesn't know this yet, but he set me on a path. Because he said, we were talking about, you can't do like a concept of an animation, that's expensive. So today I thought, well, I'll turn it into a book and do a concept book. So I'm actually it's actually quite quick once now I've got the story. So I'm gonna turn that into a book, so I have a concept book. After moving on from that, I'm going to go back to a couple of my other scripts that I'm rewriting. And then in the new year, I can look at stuff that, and again, I was talking to Alex about it, on how to collaborate with people and maybe try and do a concept reel. And also then maybe get into, get it made. In the new year, I'll have time to commit. So that's me in the nutshell.
Great. Good. Nick.
Everybody. I think I missed the first 10 minutes. Christine, did you make some announcement regarding?
It was in the email.
Oh, it was in the email.
Yeah, that the 20th is the last meeting. I won't be continuing in 2022.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, thank you, Christine. It was really great. I personally learned a lot. I started, last 2020, right during COVID. It really was something that I looked forward to. I was in between jobs. I was kind of upset about my career. So, it was really, it was just really inspiring and motivating to be part of that during the pandemic, and then beyond. I personally learned a lot. I probably had a strong learning curve just because I was starting off, and learned a lot from everybody who was experienced. I've been trying to be consistent. I think I made sure I attend most of the meetings, but yeah, that just shows that I found it helpful. I think I did grow as a scriptwriter, and the great networking, and learned a lot from you guys and the resources. But again, thanks. And currently, the last 2-3 weeks, I'm working on my script. I think it'll be a longer script like this one. It won't be a short, like maybe 80 to 90 page script. And I'll probably be working on it until end of January. It's a family drama comedy on about 4 generations. Like it's set in, I mean, it's about a man who reaches 100, and its birthdays happen to be Christmas, and it focuses on the 4 generations. They attend the 100th birthday party. So it's a complex story about 3 different families, 4 generations, his kids, his grandkids, his great grandkids, and first world issues, such as debt, divorce, COVID, depression, drug abuse, homosexuality, poverty. I'm trying to focus on metropolitan cities like San Francisco, New York, Boston, Chicago, Seattle. And it will be like more of a light drama comedy based on also the COVID era and how that's affected the family. So I'm really excited, and I'm working on it every week. I've done a few pages. I've created the outline, and then just yeah. So I'll give an update on the next on our next meeting. So
Great, good. Pauline.
Good evening, everyone. Christine, I just want to say thank you so much for this forum. And it came at the perfect time in my life, because when I started coming over a year ago, I believe it was, I came here with a dream, nothing more than a dream. I was not working in the industry or even writing, though I've done writing and producing over the years through education, but never professionally. And I really have been able to pursue my dream. You provided this space with, you provided all of us with resources. We covered topics that I knew nothing about. I've taken so many notes, followed through on much of the advice shared here, and just meeting all of you. It has helped me tremendously. And even the fact that I can talk to people who are so accomplished and who are in this industry and who take me seriously when I come here with a dream and say, I want to write, I want to produce. So I really appreciate it. And it's given me confidence and also accountability. I know that every 2 weeks, I'm going to have to come back and say what I've done. And I make the effort to do something. So this has meant so very much to me. And I saw Alex's note about us continuing and different ones of us hosting, and I'm willing to host. I
I've
can't.
already dropped the name who would like to do it. Pauline will
Yeah,
do
sure.
January, I'll do March. Just drop your name in the chat. We'll make a list. I'll make a list. I'll take a photo. Boop, boop.
Oh, okay, because it really means something. But anyway, what I've done since the last time, my short film, it's finally finished. I think it's like one minor edit to do. And it's going to be shown in Chicago on Can TV. And then after that, because I have to show it there first because I used some of their equipment to do the short film. And after that, I'm going to show it online. I'm going to host something like a YouTube or a Vimeo Live or something like that. And I'm really happy with the way that it turned out. And in doing it, I've managed to build a team of people who are pleasant to work with. They know what they're doing. And most of all, I've been able to bring along with me young people who are not operating in their gifts or their talents, young people that I know who've graduated from college in one field, but they're working minimum wage at Walmart or something, and they're using their talents and, like I said, their gifts. And it's been great. In fact, I think that the young lady who wrote the song and performed it, she might even be recognized. And, I think that her career might even be launched. I mean, it is really good. So I'm very happy about that. And I'm enjoying Get It Made tremendously. And thank you, Alex, for bringing me into the family there. I'm enjoying it a lot. And there are people that I'm working with there. We work closely together in reading each other's work and giving feedback. Last week, my proof of concept was the feature of the table read that Alex facilitated, and Julian read a part in it. It was a lot of fun, and I got a lot of good advice. People, generally they liked it, but I came away from it thinking that a POC or a proof of concept is not the way to go for that particular project. But I do believe that the short film I made is actually a proof of concept, because it leaves off at a point where people want to know more. And all the people that I've shared it with, they say, well, what happened with this couple that met? And it's based loosely on my first date with my husband, who's from a totally different culture. And it was about misunderstandings and, the person taking one person, taking the other one literally in what they're saying, and, things like that. And people are excited about it, just the people I've shared it with, and they want to see more. Some people have asked me if I wanted to do, a web series, or I don't think I want to do that, but I think I do want to present it to see if maybe it could become a series. I personally do not want to produce a series though, but I'm going to see if maybe a company will pick it up. And let's see what else. And next month, as planned, I'm going to be submitting my retirement papers. And I'm going to launch Maddie Mex Productions, named for my mother and my aunt, who both passed away and were very, they always encouraged me to go for my dream. And so I'm finally going for my dream. And so I'll be doing a lot of work along those lines, just, getting everything ready. I've had a domain for it since summer, but never put up a website or anything. So I'm working on that. I'm working on a lot of things. And like I said, this, I can really say that a lot of what I'm doing was born out of this platform. Just, as I said, taking me seriously, helping me, teaching me, providing the resources. And I really would not like to see it go away. So I'm in for helping it continue. Thank you, Christine.
Don't leave me, girl.
And yeah, Anna Mae, I haven't seen your hand raised to volunteer to host one of the months yet.
No, I don't want to take nobody's job away. I know how it is. You heard?
No, we need volunteers. We've only got like 7 or 8 so far.
Okay.
What would can you talk more about, like, what would the hosts do? Like, would they, like, what's their response?
We'll do
Talk
that.
about the next session.
Okay.
On the 20th. I just asked Christine if we could do that.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm happy to host one of the months. Yeah, I said I might be engaged, so
put me on the list.
That's one of the reasons I'm also stopping, because of the price for hosting, because I have to pay now monthly for the Stage 32 writers room. So I have to allocate that money towards that, like.
I have free Zoom, Christine, if you just want to let me log on and open it up for everybody. I have free Zoom.
So myself, Christine Whitlock, I'm in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, and I finished my Christmas romance script, Christmas Toy Maker. And at the AFM conference, RB from Stage 32 says you need to send your script to 3 script doctors for coverage. So as you know, I'm in Canada, and it cost me $770 Canadian for 3 coverages. And one was a $20 discount US that Alex, thank you, gave me for one that I went to. And they did give it to me in 3 days. I haven't read it yet because I'm waiting for the other two. The other one was, so I think I paid $129 for that one. And then I paid $149 from Stage 32 from a producer who is looking for Christmas scripts, romance scripts, and she's supposed to take 3 weeks, so that's another week. And then I paid $249 US from a Hallmark script writer with the Walden group, so I still haven't heard back from him. So we'll see what happens with that script, because everybody keeps saying they're looking for Christmas romance scripts. So we'll see. And then I'm more than halfway through my action thriller script, Baptism Falls, which takes place at Niagara Falls, Canada and the US mainly. So that's the main things I'm doing. And so for the December 20th, what I'll be talking about is the IP legacy. We had mentioned it a bit before, but I think it's extremely important because, I'm learning more about I'm just taking a legal course, and they're talking about IP and all of copyright and everything. So it's important that we protect what we have, especially, when we're no longer here. So Doug McDougall, you wanted to do something else?
Yes, Christine, if you can let me share
Sure.
my screen, that would be great.
Oh, okay. They've changed. Oh, do I go into view?
You go at the bottom of share the screen. There should be an arrow.
Share screen. Okay.
Yeah.
It says one participant can share at a time. So how do I?
So you select multiple.
Multiple?
Yeah.
Okay.
There I am. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. I'll just takes me a moment just to get this, make sure I've got everything ready here. Okay. And I do want to echo everyone else's sentiments tonight, Christine. I appreciate this this format, this venue. I've got so many ideas from people, just thinking outside the box and different ways of thinking of things since I joined a few months ago. So thank you so much once again for your efforts. Almost there, guys. Sorry. Okay, the first thing I'm going to show tonight is just a quick promo for the show. It lasts less than a minute. It just posted on YouTube today, so it kind of gives you a flavor of the kind of show we're going to have. So everybody can see the screen, yes? Yeah. Okay. I'm Frankie Valet. I am Frankie Valet. I'm Frankie Valet. Bonjour les amis. Good day everyone. My name is Doug, and I play the role of Frankie Valet, Simon Scowl, news reporter, guillotine, in the upcoming online production of Cinderella If the Shoe Fits, an animated musical comedy playing during the Christmas season from Friday, December 17th until Thursday, December 30th. We hope to raise over $2,000 for Food Banks Canada and Feeding America in the United States. For more information, check out the link below. Please come out and support not only the arts, but a worthwhile Christmas charity fundraiser. Au revoir. So what I did was I have people do their own promo for their character. So we have one posting each day, and there's like 28 characters, so one for each day of the week, kind of, which is really cool. And they've been really creative that way. And I'll show you one more thing. This is a sneak peek of actually scene number 4 from the show, which no one has seen. So you guys get the first view tonight. So that's just one scene from the show, guys. One small 1 minute. So it's going to be about a 2 hour 20-minute production with an intermission. So labor of love for me, and I really would love it if some of you can come out and support the show and that fundraiser. So thank you, and thank you, Christine, for the format and letting us do this tonight. Thank you.
Great. Okay, so the topic tonight was or is writing the holiday script. So I've written 3 holiday scripts. I've written Crossing Guard Santa. I've written the Christmas Theft Mystery and the Christmas Toy Maker. So it says, what is a holiday script? There are many holidays in a calendar year, like Easter, 4th of July, Yom Kippur, Memorial Day, etc. However, if a producer indicates he's seeking a holiday script, he's referring to the period that falls from Thanksgiving to New Year's. So the majority, like I said, that I've seen, they are all looking for Christmas ones. And,
Christine, before you get involved in that, I just wanted to tell Doug, really good work.
Oh, Doug's muted. Doug McDougall's
I'm
muted.
muted again from one Doug to another. Thank you, Doug.
Okay, so it says from Thanksgiving to New Year's. This includes Thanksgiving, Hanukkah, Christmas Eve, Christmas, New Year's Eve, and even New Year's Day. They're wanting more ethnic types of scripts. So I'm surprised that they don't go on, I think it's January 6th, that it's the Orthodox Christmas. I don't know when their New Year's is. That's something to think about. So, you know, all different kinds of cultures have different kinds of festivities and traditions. So, you know, if you can pair up with different kinds of people, they're looking for those kinds because all of these are now able to stream. And so they have, you know, millions of people who can be viewers. So it says almost all holiday films open during this time and involve characters in a story that takes place during the holidays. now with the W channel, the Hallmark channel, they started the Christmas movies even before Halloween. So they need a lot of content. And that's not the only channel that features Christmas movies. I know here in Canada, we've got it on channel 7. And I'm trying to think what's the other one. Well, there's quite a few that do new Christmas ones. Plus, you know, they have a lifelong repeat. So you can keep seeing them on a long time, a long shelf life. So it says, the first year an audience attends a theater to see the movie, the next year the audience buys the movie for their at-home collections. The third year and beyond, the audience watches the movie with added commercials on cable channels. So you'll be getting this document tomorrow with the link for the YouTube channel. So, you know, you don't have to make the notes if you don't want. You know, and you know that there are a number of Christmas classics that you see all the time, especially closer to the date, like A Christmas Story. It says, while these movies can encompass any genre, most are family-oriented comedies or rom-coms with an occasional drama. So my Crossing Guard Santa deals with bullying, both with children and adults. So I'm saying, you know, this is a different kind of Christmas movie. So Rarity is a holiday horror, but they do have an audience. So there's some well-known Christmas horror movies, and a famous one made in Canada. I can't remember its name, but I remember watching it. Regardless of genre, these movies have one thing in common: a strong theme. What most screenwriters don't understand is that unlike other scripts, the holiday stories theme is handled differently. First, holiday films have the strongest themes among stories written for the big screen. Secondly, the theme is handled directly as opposed to a more subtle exploration via subtext. Like, I know if you watch any of the Hallmark movies, there is so much Christmas activities. It seems like how can they put any more Christmas activities? But I keep a pen and paper with me every time I watch one, because I always learn new things. There's always one little new thing I learn each movie. Like there's a Santa handprint that they put a Santa on the handprint. So that was something entirely new. So whether you can make this into, you know, a story even on its own. Guess so it says the holiday script starts with a theme. Next, pick the type of story. Holiday films fall under two main categories that I'll label dysfunctional people and holiday magic. A story can focus on one or be a combination of the two categories. So there's a lot of dysfunctional people, especially with the comedies. It says in the ref, it's Christmas where a burglar takes a feuding husband and wife hostage and inadvertently solves their marital difficulties while learning a few lessons themselves. So there always seems to be, you know, lessons learned, or, you know, future jobs or possibilities, or changing different things. So other dysfunctional people is like in Bad Santa, an alcoholic safe cracker. In Four Christmases, an anti-family couple. And there's Holiday Magic, a story encompassing the magic of the holidays involves learning to believe in something. I'm not just talking about believing in Santa Claus, although this theme has been explored many times and often isn't really about believing in Santa, it's about believing in the magical possibilities in our lives. Now, so like I said, the regular cable channels and Hallmark. Now, it's interesting. I don't watch the Christian channels, so I don't know if they're more biblical related or more, Bethlehem or Nazareth, that sort of theme. So that if you're inclined in that Christian writing or faith-oriented script writing, then I'm quite sure that there would be, opportunities for that sort of things. It says, under the holiday magic, themes under this category often deal with a need to belong, a need for acceptance or recognition. It's learning one's own self-worth. Again, the key word is learn. It's all about learning to believe in yourself, your world, your family, your career, your abilities. This key word directly relates to the theme. Remember, the theme is a hero's arc. So how the main character starts out at the beginning and has a problem, and how they solve it by the end. And the majority, I'd say maybe almost 100% in Hallmark movies, it's a female character. And then the male protagonist, helps her in the journey, or is sometimes the main problem, one of the main problems or the secondary problem. The one that I watched last night, she was a vet having problems with her business and then coming home. And then she meets her old boyfriend, who is a secondary problem and then becomes one of the main problems. The hero changes as a result of the story's conflict, and the lesson he learns becomes a theme. And then how do you pick a theme to explore? The best way is to use your own personal experiences. What frustrates you at the holidays? Do you find the holidays stressful? Like for Nick, he's got an Indian family background, and the script he's working on has to do with, I guess it's the grandfather having its birthday on Christmas Day or close to the holidays. So that's a major family theme, and he talked about a lot of the different conflicts that would be happening in his script. Do you find the holidays stressful? Do you cringe at the thought of the in-laws coming over? Like last Christmas, we went to my mother-in-law's, and her daughter brought over leftovers for us to eat, and the food was terrible. Like it was processed turkey, and leftover mashed potatoes and that. And I said, this year I want a real turkey to eat, I don't want somebody else's leftovers. The sister had her family over, and the day before, and I guess she felt sorry for us, for the three of us, and brought these leftovers, and it was awful. And so I says, I don't care. I'm gonna buy a little tiny turkey for the three of us and cook it beforehand, and then bring all this stuff to my mother-in-law's, because she's half an hour away that we have to travel to get there, and have it. Just to have the turkey breast, with gravy and stuffing. So that might be, an idea for a script. My own personal problems with, I want the best for my Christmas. I don't want leftovers. I don't want, somebody second best. And we don't know how much longer my mother-in-law is going to be around. She's, 92. So at first I thought, maybe I should just stay home and just eat it myself, right? And I thought, well, I shouldn't be so mean. I should go there and have it with her, because you don't know how long she's going to be around. So we all have, different family dramas at Christmas, or hear about them from your family and friends, and office dramas, and if you belong to any charities, the dramas that happen, and so there's no end to story ideas for Christmas. You just have to look, and the sooner we get to Christmas, there'll be more and more ideas for stories in the newspaper and radio and television about everything that's going on.
Yeah, so my family drama that I'm working on, it's not a complete holiday movie, but it's like holiday. There's some Christmas to it. Again, like I mentioned, he's the one of the main characters is turning 100 and it's supposed to be on Christmas. So, but yeah, I mean, I got an idea of that because I actually do know somebody's grandpa that is turning 100. So I kind of got inspired by that. But.
Another thing is the Santa factor. Santa has been explored in books, music, animation, films, video games, etc. It's a tough subject to tackle in a holiday film because it's been overdone. If you decide to go with the story pertaining to Santa Claus, it must be 100% original without straying from things we've come to know that relate to Santa Claus. But like I said, we've got lots of different other traditions from other countries that, like Vivian in Australia, the native people may have some kind of, it might not be like Santa Claus, but because of the winter solstice, they may celebrate it, in a different way. So the winter solstice is something big that can be close enough. And I think it was Saturday night on the Hallmark Channel, they had, I think there was 8 gifts during the Hanukkah time that this woman got from a secret admirer. So that was different. And I haven't heard anything about the Advent calendar. Like I bought 4 Advent calendars, 3 for my grand niece and 2 nephews, and 1 for me. So I should take a picture of it. And you never know what kind of story, because here's from December 1st to 24th that you can have little stories happening, right? And for those of you making short films, you could do a different Advent story per day, right? So that could, and have a child, opening up, because last night was it last night or the night before, there was an Advent calendar, and she was opening it up, and there was little charms from the deceased grandmother, from the deceased grandmother's charm bracelet, and she put each of the charms into the little boxes. I'd never seen an Advent calendar made out of little boxes that you could put little gifts in. So I'll have to seek out one of those and get one for myself. So it says, the holiday scripts written as MOWs for cables channels like Hallmark and Lifetime for women. This market doesn't require a big star and often stays within a specific formula of storytelling. It says, if writing for this market, be sure to do plenty of research because a lot of areas have been thoroughly covered and you'll want to ensure that you're bringing something unique to the table. Also, study the format for cable holiday films. It's very specific. Do not deviate from it. Now, there was a few of you who asked me about holiday movies, where to find out about it. This is, I think, last month. And a couple of venues had webinars on it. Stage 32 has one of them. And the writers, I have to think, I missed it on, I think it was Thursday. There was a webinar on Thursday and I missed it, but they sent me the link to it and I'll be able to watch it again. So it was, I think, for $39 US. Yeah, Vivian, I had sent you that link. So I'll put that, and I think Rosie, didn't I send you that link for that? You
I think you did. I have to kind of go over it because I have just been collecting the links, but I didn't. I haven't really delved too much into it. But I think you sent a few of the people that asked about it.
Yes, yeah.
A follow-up email. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so it was just.
Yeah, I
Thursday.
did enroll in that. I did enroll in that seminar.
But you didn't watch it on Thursday when it,
no, I didn't watch it.
Yeah, so you kept the link. So the thing is, you can watch it whenever you want it and you paid for it and you can keep it forever. Yeah. So I've got a few of them in my Hallmark folder to, so I can check it out and listen to it. And so it says, writing a holiday script can be inspirational on many levels and can even help a screenwriter improve their craft by learning to explore a theme in a movie. Having a holiday story in your arsenal of screenplays has advantages and could help you break into the industry because most writers ignore this category of films. And one of the webinars that I watched last December said that Hallmark was looking for 40 scripts to produce in 2021. That was last December. So if that's one venue, you've got Lifetime and all these other ones. So, there's probably over 100 scripts that are, and also, they are now being more open to the gay and all the other, whatever the letters are, for all these diverse groups. So if you can come up with something, because, there's all different kinds of channels and streamers out there. So there's an audience for all of these things. You got to remember, what is it? How many billion people are there, on Earth? So you will find a market, and it's just getting in touch with the right producer. So when I'm watching a Hallmark movie, like I said, I have my pencil and paper ready because I write down who is a production company at the end. And if you can also write down any of the main producers so that you can contact them. Because, some producers don't always stay with one company. They may go, wherever they can get a producing job. So is anyone else? So Vivian, in your romance, is it just a plain romance script that you're working on, or is it a holiday one?
No, it's not a holiday one.
No.
It's a kind of hybrid rom-com. It's a rom-com with a detective twist. And also there's also an ethnic angle. And the reason why I chose ethnic angle is because here in Australia, producers or production companies are looking more and more into having international presence. And I see more of films where it's both in Australia and another country. And they say that's how they can promote Australian film overseas. And so when I pitch my rom-com, it's about Harris, who was forced to marry against her will, and she teamed up with this chef turned detective to sabotage the wedding plan. And originally I was going to make the love interest, the detective, Australian, and the Harris American, because for me, the US has a big audience. But when I pitch to the producers, they say, because right now, some of these countries work with Netflix, and Netflix is really looking for ethnic content. So they told me to use my Vietnamese background to tell the story of the Harris. And when when I made that change and I got back to them, they were really, really interested. And they told me that they will be waiting for the script, to read the script. So I think I don't know how it is in the US or in Canada, but that's how things work now in Australia, because they like to have that kind of co-production to show that they are in an international company.
And I think I told you that I signed up again with Inktip, like they really increase their rates. But they now, besides sending a weekly newsletter, almost every second day, they send you that producers are looking for scripts every couple of days. So extra markets. And one of them was looking for ethnic scripts along romantic ones along the lines of the, what was that movie called about the crazy Asians?
Right. Here
Yes.
also, yeah. People, Australian, I talked to the producers who my pitch to, everyone who listened to my pitch immediately thought of Crazy Asians, and they say they just love that story. And I think because it has something new for them to promote, otherwise it just be, everyone is doing rom-com now. And you need to have an angle, to differentiate yourself.
Yeah, and like I said, if you can put in any of the subplots, some of these other things that are going on in the world, like gay, a subplot of a gay couple in it, because that was something in one of the Hallmark movies that I saw. There was a female gay couple that helped the female protagonist.
Yeah.
And they made themselves known that they were gay. So, they are being more open along those lines. And
right.
and trying to incorporate, all different kinds of people. Now, and one thing I haven't seen for a long time, which was in the movie I watched last night, was someone in a wheelchair, people with disabilities. If you can incorporate them in your scripts, because, there's that area of our population that hasn't been given, enough coverage in our scripts. And of course,
I have that in my rom-com New Year's script. It's a woman. I've not beat it out completely with arcs, etc. But it's about a woman who's in a wheelchair, and her struggles are she actually wants to commit suicide on New Year's, and she goes to a hotel, and there's a ghost that's been there for 10 years that is in purgatory, and he committed suicide by mistake, and he absolutely loves life and can't understand why anyone would commit suicide. And he's been living at the hotel, partying with the guests, and his mentor says, enough's enough. You either learn your life lesson by 12 o'clock on New Year's, or you're going to a bad life. So he thinks that just getting her to not kill herself past 12 o'clock is what he needs to do. And obviously he's going to realize that he needs to learn. It's his goal. And at the same time, she obviously needs to learn that she loves life as well.
That's good. There's a movie, I don't know if you've seen New Year's Eve. It's like the same director of Valentine's Day, who directed My Best Friend's Wedding. I think Gary Marshall, maybe his name is. But anyways, yeah, it has a similar, I mean, they have like 12, 14 different stories, but one of the stories is that he wants to commit suicide on New Year's Eve. But yeah, I mean, you can watch it if you have time.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
I'll
that would be.
Put the
I
name
wonder
of
if
the comment.
hopefully there's not a ghost in it.
No, there's no ghost. I mean, it's a comedy type family drama. But
I'll
one of
watch
the
it.
storylines revolves around depression and committing suicide, and then him finding love on New Year's Eve and stuff. So,
And
but
it's called New Year's Eve.
yeah, I'll send you it on the chat.
That'd be
It's a
great. Thank
popular
you very
movie,
much.
actually. Zac Efron, a lot of Halle Berry, a lot of actors are in it. So
Yeah, that's brilliant. I'll watch that one. Thank you very much.
yeah.
because I know in my mystery TV pilot that I wrote about two females bicycling to the wineries, my script doctor says you got to make one of them different, like these two females. There's so many, two females in mystery series. You have to make it different. So I had her having a handicap, that she was in a auto accident, and so she had a limp, and she used a cane. I mean, she could still bicycle, but when she got off the bicycle, she had to bring her cane with her to use. So using people with disabilities is a different way. But like I said, I think we need more different ethnics, because like Father Christmas and like the Norwegian and Swedish, what they consider in their celebrations for Christmas or that time of year, right? I don't know the Muslim faith, so I don't know if they celebrate something in the month of December. I'm quite sure, because that seems to be a big month for all different kinds of religious things going on. Like the Jewish have their Hanukkah, and like the Catholics have their Christmas. But I don't know about these other faiths.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, I went to India in 2018 before the pandemic. And I was just, I mean, my family's from, I mean, I was born and raised here, but my parents are from Delhi, which is kind of the New York, San Francisco of India. But I was surprised by how much holiday stuff they have. Like I got invited to holiday parties at the mall, they had Christmas trees. I mean, majority of the religion is Hindu and Islam, but I think it's just, you know, a little more culturally accepted now, like the holidays. So yeah, I mean, I think it is global, you know, yeah.
And whether they consider it more a commercial holiday. To them,
Commercial.
maybe it's not a religious holiday, if you know what I mean. You
Yeah,
know?
it's just for fun. I mean, you know,
Yeah,
I see
for
my
fun.
cousins on Instagram, they'll post, they'll have holiday parties, they'll have like holiday stuff. I think it's kind of it's like, you know, trying to adopt to the Western, you know, and it's more, I mean, especially in big cities like Bombay, Delhi, and Bangalore. Yeah, those are the big cities. It's yeah, it's commercial and probably just for entertainment.
So there's a story right there, you know, where the westernization of Christmas is just for entertainment. It's not
Yeah.
taken seriously as a religion, you know.
Yeah.
And then they would celebrate their own religion in their own way. So that's,
Yeah.
you know, something to think about. So it almost makes you want to, you know, expand your friendship with people of other cultures so that you can tap into their stories, because, you know, like Christmas is only one of the holidays, and you know, everybody's religion or traditions would have other kinds of holidays and stories. Like, I didn't realize, I heard something place that Halloween was started in Ireland. I'd never, you know, known that before.
Halloween was a pagan holiday celebrating the dead, when the walls between the living and the dead were thin enough to cross over. And they would light bonfires and have parties to appease the spirits so they wouldn't come back and bother them. And Christmas was also a pagan holiday, the solstice. And the Catholic Church took it over to keep the pagans in the church rather than going to their own ceremonies. Same with Easter.
Yeah, because, you know, you don't want to badmouth the Catholic Church anymore. I was raised a Catholic, but I know, you know, they have a bad history of going into cultures and, you know, getting rid of their religious and even natural beliefs, you know, in nature and that.
They got rid of what they couldn't use. They absorbed a lot of what they could use: mistletoe, holly, the dates for the various holidays now are all pagan, that the church adopted in an effort to bring people under their control from the pagan religions. It's quite a fascinating history of the shenanigans the early church took to consolidate their control.
Because I was in Jerusalem in 2013, and I don't know the Bible that well, but, you know, did they change the date for Christ's birth for their own reason, away from the solstice, right?
Yeah, he was, I think scientists went back and went through the Bible, went through a weather map going back, and they discovered that he was probably born in the summer.
Oh.
They put his birth with the solstice because that was the birth or the rebirth of the sun to herald the coming of spring. after winter. And the winter solstice was always, in most religions, the pagans, the rebirth or regeneration of the god.
The native people in Mexico, the different types of native people have incorporated a lot of the religiosity brought over by the Spaniards with Christianity and combined it with their own forms of celebration. So it's very common among, the Aztecs and the other cultures there, that they combined a lot of the elements of Christianity with their own, what the Christians would call pagan, and made holidays and celebrations out of it. It's very common there.
Yeah, the Haiti too, when the Christians came over there and started taking over, the native people would absorb or use the Christian symbolism for their own purposes. So their gods became the Christian gods and saints, so they could practice without being discriminated against. Fascinating religion.
Christine, in Australia, talking about Christmas, in Australia, there's 2 Christmases. We celebrated 2 Christmases. One in July, because it's cold, it's winter here, and it's more like a commercial Christmas. And in December, we celebrate the real Christmas, which is more of a religious Christmas. And I don't know if there's any film out there that that covered that angle yet, but I think that's pretty interesting.
That's certainly an idea for a story for the July 25th one. Is it June or July?
July. Christmas in July.
That's a good.
Yeah.
And in the Blue Mountain, which is a couple of hours away from Sydney, that's where people would go to celebrate Christmas in July.
Yeah, that's definitely an idea, for you to explore, and it'd be easier for you to research that and talk to people what has gone on up there, and make that a romantic comedy up Christmas in July.
Right. And also from the Vietnamese background, because the French were in Vietnam for a long time. So Vietnamese people celebrated Christmas on the 24th, not on the 25th. They use a Catholic holiday. They use it. And when the Vietnamese community moved to Anglo-Saxon countries, then it makes it easier. If you get married, if someone get married to an American or Australian, then the Vietnamese family celebrate Christmas on the 24th, then they will go to the in-laws family to celebrate the Christmas on the 25th. And so they don't have that kind of conflict, when to celebrate 1 year, with the in-laws and 1 year with your family. But I don't think it's a strong angle to explore. But I think Christmas in July is pretty interesting, because I didn't know about it until after I've lived here for many years.
I just learned an interesting fact about Santa Claus on the news today, that the saint that Santa Claus is based on, Saint Nicholas, was born in Turkey. So you could sort of make a story about the origin of Santa Claus. He wasn't originally from the North Pole. He was from Turkey or something like that. So just to give a different angle to the Santa Claus story. He moved to the North Pole. He wasn't originally from there.
I find all this discussion that's going on here very interesting, because I was raised in a family. My mother was studied comparative religions worldwide. So I've seen all of this stuff before and know probably a lot more of it by, just by absorption. But I've got to get out of here because I've got a group with a string quartet we're setting up a music shoot for. So I got to get rolling here. But I have to say, and I'm sorry to see you dissolve this group because I think that it had a great potential. I don't think, Christine, it's the place for you to launch the sale of your script. But it has a wonderful opportunity to provide teaching and training for young wannabe writers. But I have to say, because of the way it goes, and don't take this wrongly, but I have to say that this past hour or two that I've been sitting here has been abysmally boring. So, if I'm looking to you for a script, I'm saying no, I don't think so. But anyway, I'll look for you in next meeting and we'll see where we go from there. Anyway, bye one and all.
Hi, Doug.
I have some questions about the MOWs, but it's not about specific to this topic about the Christmas holiday or the non-traditional Christmas holiday topic. But I think I've mentioned to you, Christine, it's more about like sort of fast forwarding here, but once like you're done the script. So I don't know if I should maybe like bring this up a little bit later or if it's like a detour I should speak about now. But just in terms of once you've sort of finished your script and you said to, watch some similar Hallmark movies or Lifetime movies. And
Yeah, you came in late. You didn't hear what I said when I made my introduction, that RB from Stage 32 on AFM conference said that you need to go for 3 coverages. And I spent $770 Canadian for 3 US coverages. So it'll be interesting to find out what happens. And I'm getting mentoring through Roadmap Writers. And one of the questions, like twice a month, we can send questions to our mentor and ask her, how do I decide who am I supposed to send, who am I supposed to pitch first, with this script? Now through AFM, I have 3 people that are interested in that Christmas toy maker. But, or should I go after, the Hallmark ones that I don't have any contact with? I have 3 contacts through AFM, but I think they're minor players compared to, the bigger ones that produce these Hallmark movies. So should I start with the smaller ones? Because of course, I want the biggest bang for my buck, to get paid the most money for my script. So I'll certainly find that out after I go through my reading my coverage, to see how much changes I have to make to my script before I send it off to producers, because of course I haven't copyrighted in any way. I'm not going to copyright it until I've made the changes based on these 3 coverages, which, they say don't send it out until it's copyright. And of course, asking for NDAs for anybody look at these scripts, the script.
Okay. Yeah, that's helpful.
And then those webinars, there's at least 3 webinars that I've seen about writing holiday scripts, watching those, or, going on to Google and reading everything about you know, either rom-coms or Christmas romances or whatever, you know, after you've written the script, and any hints that they tell you about what should be in your script besides the regular kind of format.
Right. Yeah. Because like I have kind of an idea about the MOWs because I know they're generally themed. And so like the holiday theme is another type of theme for them. But it was more of like, I don't know, maybe I'm skipping ahead too much, but sort of getting to the point where you're trying to find a production company or a prodco to take an unsolicited script. And from my understanding, that's like very rare, or it's not very common, but it can happen, especially if they're smaller. But like, I don't think I've had luck with that. And I know that you've obviously sent like resources and everything in terms of like who accepts unsolicited scripts. But yeah, I was kind of just curious about that process. So you're saying that maybe one of the ways is to get coverage and then, you know, pitch it. Another one is through AFM. Another one is to just directly go to some of those producers or production places at the MOW.
Well, I wrote my first thriller script 33 years ago, and I haven't sold one yet. And I'm on my 10th script. And as far as I'm concerned, I think I've done everything, you know, like gone in every route. And obviously it's not working. So I have to try some new things. And that's why I've signed up for these 2 new things and see where it takes me. And I know Pat, I saw her at the Stage 32. So I don't know how long you've been with them and what success you've had with them. The writer's room.
Yeah, I've been in the writer's room 2-3 years.
Oh.
I've learned a lot. I can't say I've had much success meeting people or getting advancements anywhere. I've tried their pitching, and some notes are helpful, some notes are just feel like cookie cutters, and I haven't gotten a nibble yet. No, this is a great script, but it's not for us. Oh, damn it, tell me who it is for. You people know who's buying this stuff.
You want referrals, right?
Yeah, give me a referral. Come on. But we'll see how long I stay with it. But I'm learning people, and I've got to do more networking on it. That's my weak spot. What?
Okay, well, I think we have to sign off. So we'll go around and find out what you're going to be doing for the next 2 weeks until Monday, December 20th. Hannah, you're going to be marketing your new project.
I'm going to pitch my first script to a management, a manager who seeks out science fiction fantasy type of scripts. So it'll be my first attempt. So I'm writing my pitch now, and maybe I'll have some news to report to you, like in terms of his suggestions or notes. I'm not anticipating he's going to show any interest in it, but it'd just be interesting to get his feedback. So I just want to make a comment as somebody who has worked in the film industry for 25 years, and this is new territory for me as a screenwriter. I didn't work as a screenwriter. I worked in pre-production. I worked with directors and producers. And I can tell you right now, anyone who's worked in this industry will tell you that connections are so important. Knowing the right people, being there at the right time. And they even say physically, you've got to be in LA. But no, maybe not necessarily so much anymore, because we've got different media now where we can connect all around the world. But, you know, and this is a real bad time right now with the COVID thing going on. A lot of production is being halted or way behind. So a lot of the scripts are shelved that we're going to go into production now. So they may say they may be looking for stuff, which is all well and good, and it'd be nice if they took your script and optioned it and whatever, but it's a long process. You know, the guys who did Stranger Things, they marketed that for like 10 or 15 years before they got anybody interested in it. So there's no such, it's a extremely rare bird if somebody becomes successful overnight in this industry. Anybody who's worked in it will tell you that. So I'm just trying to be honest. I'm not trying to discourage you for anything, but you're just going through what most people do in that industry go through, you know? So, you know, you love what you do and you want to do it, you know, so keep at it. Don't get discouraged because everybody else is going through the same process, believe me.
Hey, Pat.
Yeah, I mean, there is, you know, there is some people who just, you know, did well. I mean, there's a guy I actually know, Anish Chaganti. So he's from South Bay, but he directed Run, that movie, and he also directed Searching and stuff. So yeah, I mean, he's only like 28 and stuff. So I mean, it kind of just makes me like, oh, okay, like, you know, he broke out really early, you know, like 25, 26. So I'm just wondering like how you know, some of the people just are able to
It's serendipitous is what it is, basically. He lucked out, you know, and now we've got all these different platforms where people can promote their stuff. That's certainly helpful too. There are people who started out as celebrities on YouTube and it just like skyrocketed their career in other ways.
Yeah, I looked at his biography. I think he went to like USC, some, you know, strong film school, and I think he was able to do some documentaries and really, you know, it did well. Or like
you got all these video platforms now to showcase your work to the world. So you get it out there and like get people to look at it.
I know, but
Hey,
yeah,
Pat.
best of luck with everybody. Yeah.
Yes, tell us what you're going to be working on.
I'm going to continue to work on my sci-fi detective script. I've got 1 or 2, maybe 3 short scripts that I want to work on. See if I can push them into getting film. We'll see.
Good. And Amelia.
First, I wanted to say thank you to Shadow as well, because Shadow took his time out of the day and educated me. I had a few questions because he's in the field, you know, and I had a few questions for him. So he did a Zoom with me and, you know, educated me. So he's out there as well to help you out as well. To Rosie, you know, like there's people that are willing to help. You just gotta make the effort. Go on LinkedIn. That's another website. If you like movies, certain movies that, and you look up everything, the producer, the director, somebody's gonna be on LinkedIn and you're gonna, you know, and then you make a relationship. You tell them what you're into, you know, little by little. Me, I'm in what I'm doing now. I actually, Vix, I paid to pitch somebody on Sunday on stage 32. The person's name is Carmen Knox. So I'm going to pitch to her on Sunday. I also like a certain production company, which is Vancouver Media Productions, and they're the ones that did Money Heists. So like I like that production company, like I'm obsessed with them because I like all their shorts, and I feel like with my series, they could explode it even more. But you know, you always have to have other outlets as well, you know. So I'm also getting ready to do the interview for the film festival that's going to be airing my stuff in Times Square. So I'm excited about that. I got selected as a semi-finalist in the Rotterdam Independent Film Festival, which is today. And I got a semi-finalist for my short run. So I should be hearing stuff about them that's coming up. And also, like I said, I'm going to be with the film festival, I'm going to be for my interview, I'm going to be getting ready for that. And yeah, that's what I have going on really right now.
Good.
And yeah.
Great. Good. Okay, Vivian.
I just like to thank you, Christine, for hosting this for a long time, and you've always been supportive, always sent us information that you believe is useful to us. And I thank you for the link about the Christmas holiday script writing, and also the format on this Christmas holiday writing. So I'm just hoping that we can continue this and continue to help one another and help you if we, if we find some connection that we can link you with. I know. For me, I will continue to write. Actually, the time is really pressing. I only have another month and a half or so. I promised 2 months I need to deliver something. This weekend, I am going to meet a couple of friends I've been working on film with. I've been making film with for a while, and we are going to look into how we will make a short film from my script to use as a proof of concept, and to, just like what Namia mentioned earlier, to take it to film festivals. So that's what I have for myself.
Great, good. Shadow.
Yeah, well, as I alluded to before, I'm gonna be dusting off Night Crossings and working on that among some other continuing projects. I just wanted to echo something, as has been said, just to remind people you're in a very competitive industry, and you might not realize how competitive it is. Now, Justin, I'm going to compare it to, this is not to depress you, this is to give you some empowerment. If you look at it a certain way. In Los Angeles, we have at least 150,000 actors, at least, for approximately 15,000 jobs, all right, on any given day. And so these actors, most of them have acted. They may actually be actors. It's extremely competitive. Writers, same amount of jobs, but there's way more writers than actors. So you just need to recognize that part of the deal is that it's a numbers game. It's highly competitive, but if you can tell a story, you're already in the top half of that pack. Okay, that's just a fact, because actually most people, even who call themselves writers, can't. And also it is a contact industry. All right, it is. You really, really need to get out there and meet face-to-face producers, but not just producers, directors, young directors, old directors, production managers, even production assistants, because those people's situations change moment to moment, and they remember you. It's a contact industry. There's only 6 members in the Motion Picture Association of America. There's only 6 members. It's a cartel. They act like gangsters. They are gangsters. Understand that. And so what that really means is you can't really play to the industry. You have to make your own way, and you have to meet the right people. And as Anamia mentioned, or actually she didn't mention it, but you can tell from the things she says, she takes charge of what she wants to do. She does it. She makes a goal and she does it. You have to do that. Everybody has to do that. And maybe that doesn't help a lot of people. But really those are the people that are going to make it in the new age, especially. The industry is changing, not for the better, for a lot of people. And part of the purposes for the Independent Producers Guild, I'm still waiting for my corporate documents from Sacramento, is to address some of those changes and to empower the independent community. But it does mean we have the technology to circumvent that cartel. We really do. The problem is the culture and the legal restrictions, not legal restrictions, but contractual restrictions in the mainstream make that difficult. We're going to address those things and try to empower the industry, because the independent industry's voices must be heard. We as a group have much more creativity than the 6 members in the Motion Picture Association. We've got more voices, we've got more creativity. We are diverse by definition. We don't have to pretend to diversity by putting an LGBTQ person in a role that they don't need to be in. We are diverse as a community, and we need to move forward. But anyway, that's what I'm doing, and I want to encourage everybody to just keep moving forward. You know, don't be distracted or depressed, because the numbers game is the numbers game. That's the nature of the industry.
Okay, Vix.
Hi. Okay, what I'll be doing, I'm gonna finish off turning my animation script and converting it into a children's book, because I'm hoping that if I can pitch a book and get someone to pick up the book and that does well, then it's just another tool for me to carry on pitching the screenplay and say, hey, the book's done well, so you should look at the screenplay. I also, and Mia, have got set up with Stage 32 a pitch with on Saturday, a pitch with a managing agent. I think they're Rough Diamond, Julia. And then on the 20th, our next meeting, there was a guy on there, I forget his name, from Disney Streaming. With Mia and Amir was talking about pitching on Stage 32. You know, I do have slight problems with it being a little bit of paying the dream machine, but at the end of the day, it's really good to practice pitching and have all the nerves and everything that goes with it. So I'm also pitching on Stage 32. And that's what I'm doing.
Vix?
Good.
Vix?
Yes, yes.
This might tell you, this is the reason I made this, to go with my screenplay. I made a comic book to go with it.
Oh, same thing.
Very often, there were so many properties have been taken from comic book and graphic novel stories and converted into movies. So that's why I developed this at the same time while writing the script.
Yeah,
So
that's what I'm thinking. Then you've got a tool, because I didn't think I could do a proof of concept film for an animation, but I could. And being a self-published author, I've got a lot of connections with artists and bookmakers.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
perfect. Thank
Use
you.
all the different platforms that are available to you. Yeah.
Yeah, and thank you for your words of wisdom as well.
No, you're welcome.
Always
Okay.
the book always gets picked up all the time. It's all the time. You know that. 10 years later, 15 years later, somebody looks at your book. Oh my God, I gotta do this. You know? So
Nick.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, so again, thanks, Christine, for hosting this. It's been very helpful personally, and I really appreciate the resources that you send out and the help, and also the positive attitude. Yeah, hope we can still continue this once a month. I could talk to Alex or Pauline. But yeah, I'll continue working on my family drama. It'll have again, it has a holiday focus too as well. And then part of the script also focuses on one of the characters is like from India, and so I want to incorporate like her celebrating holidays in India. I mean, she's in a relationship with one of the men here, so I want to incorporate that. So yeah, I'm gonna get your advice. follow your advice on going to Google and typing in rom-coms, holiday rom-coms, and then any of the webinars if there are any. So I'll do that. Also, following Anamia's advice on going on LinkedIn. While I'm working on the script, of course that's going to be like post, but it'll be good to have like a kind of a network built up. So yeah, so just searching groups, film producers, directors. Again, like I think I mentioned, I have a mutual friend, and I just found out that with Anish Chadjanti, who is actually like 15 miles from where I went to high school, and who directed Searching, which was a big hit, and Run, which was like the most viewed movie on Hulu. And I do have 2-3 close mutual friends, so I'm gonna see if I can maybe try to get a lead or add him on LinkedIn. So yeah, I'm gonna do that, and yeah, I think that I'll be doing into the next 2 weeks. So
Good. And Rosie, you came in late, so we didn't hear what you've been working on.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I almost wasn't gonna make it today. It's been a lot of work. Yeah, like last couple of weeks, I don't know if I did a lot of writing. I think I was mentioning the last time around, interested in maybe doing some self-publishing or looking into another form of writing. So I reached out to someone that I knew for some time, and she was a contact, and she was a self-publisher. So she gave me some really helpful advice. And I think in terms of kind of going forward, it's going to be the same thing where I'm just going to like, again, work on maybe some writing, some script writing, maybe some prose, but to also sort of go over my existing network and people that I could maybe, again, reach out to or have a little bit more of an in-depth conversation regarding, certain aspects of certain industries, whether it's, for writing a book or writing a screenplay. I think I found that quite useful in the past. So I think I will probably do that as a sort of like networking, and then just kind of take it one step at a time to kind of figure out like I think you got to just figure out like what works for you. And part of it is just trial and error. And sometimes it's just luck. But yeah, we'll see. I'll keep you posted. Hopefully I've been productive in the next 2 weeks. So thank you, Christine, for, again, the screenwriting meeting and, putting this together, and hopefully this will continue. So
good. So myself, hopefully the other 2 coverages will come through in the next week, so I can make the changes to my Christmas Toy Maker script, and see who to send that off to, and continue working on my action thriller Baptism Falls at Niagara Falls. So I said Monday, December 20th is our last meeting, and hopefully you can come and get dressed up for the holidays if you wish, and have your libation to have a send off for the year and make our plans for 2022. So tomorrow you'll get the link for this YouTube channel and the document, writing the holiday script, and the chat. So be well and keep writing, and I'll see you in 2 weeks.
I had a what is it called, suggestion, or yeah, is there any way like we can maybe get the contacts, like people who've been coming to the meetings the most or something, like get just their emails or
I'll have to talk to Alex about that because of the privacy issues.
Okay.
Like you get the emails of everybody who's been here today.
Okay.
But the people who haven't been coming out,
okay,
I don't know if I want to share those because they haven't been coming out, right?
Sure.
For quite a while.
Okay.
So, it's no use contacting them because they haven't been out for months.
Okay,
We have
great.
the core people that have come out, and it's usually the same ones. So, you know, so the ones, like I said, you've been given all of those emails every time, every month.
I want everybody's email about Doug's.
All the people who have been in the meeting, you've gotten their email in whoever, you know,
Sure.
to.
Okay, great.
Okay. So, good night.
Keep at it. Don't give up.
See you in 2
Good
weeks.
night.
Don't give
Okay,
up, Christine. We want you
Bye.
here.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night, everybody.
Bye.